Book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 30. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. For his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be an help, nor profit, but a shame, and also a reproach, the burden of the beasts of the south, into the land of troubles and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper and fiery flying serpent. Whoa, let's stop right there. Gotta stop right there. The burden of the beasts of the south, into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper and fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. I want to know what he's talking about right there. What land is that? For the Egyptians, I guess that is the land of the fiery flying serpent. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So these are not a people that have ears to hear. And this is an example of what that means. Get you out of the way, turn aside, out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord, saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. For thus saith the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And ye would not. But ye said, no, for we will flee upon horses. Therefore ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. Remember when he warned them about, I forget what prophet, but he warned them about going into Babylon before. I don't know what they're talking about, trying to avoid. It seems like they're talking about Egypt, and they're talking about the people, the Egyptians. Maybe, I don't know. But remember before, they said, don't even try to fight. Don't bother doing that. In fact, if you do, and you don't go to Babylon, you're like what they just said here. He said, you're going to get on a swift horse. Somebody swifter was going to get you if you tried. So the Lord's telling them, don't even bother trying to escape. It's going to be made worse. Right? He shall not spare. Returning in rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. And to flee upon the horses. 1,000 shall flee. But ye said, No, for we will flee upon horses, therefore shall ye flee. We will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one. At the rebuke of 5 shall ye flee. Till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of a mountain, and as an ensign on an hill. And therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you, for the Lord is a God of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. That's how he sees those idols. Thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence. Then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall thy cattle feed in large pastures. The oxen likewise and the young asses that ear the ground shall eat clean provender, which hath been winnowed with the shovel and with the fan. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound. Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far, burning with his anger, and the burden thereof is heavy. His lips are full of indignation, and his tongue as a devouring fire. And his breath, as an overflowing stream, shall reach to the midst of the neck, to sift the nations with the sieve of vanity. And there shall be a bridle in the jaws of the people, causing them to err. Ye shall have a song as in the night when a holy solemnity is kept, and the gladness of heart is when one goeth with a pipe to come into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall shew the lighting down of his arm with it's not lightning, it's lighting. Shew the lighting down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. For through the voice of the Lord shall the Assyrian be beaten down. Yeah, we're still talking about Babylon and Assyria. We're not talking about now. This is just the best way for me to read it. I can sit there and go through all that. I don't know. I'm just trying to read it and ask the Lord for understanding, because who knows what they're talking about. I don't know. was pretty scary. But I think you're talking about Egypt's the land of the fiery flying serpent. And they had those things all over in their hieroglyphs. Okay. For through the voice of the Lord shall the Assyrian be beaten down. Whoever he's talking about, I think it's a symbol of Antichrist. It's not like Ashurbanipal. It's just the idea that they all had to be taken out. Which smote with the rod. And in every place where the grounded staff shall pass, which the Lord shall lay upon him, it shall be with tabrets and harps. And in battles of shaking will he fight with it. For Tophet is ordained of old. Okay, we need to find out what that means. Yea, for the king it is prepared. He hath made it deep and large. The pile thereof is fire and much wood. The breath of the Lord, like a stream of brimstone, doth kindle it. I have to find out what Tophet is. It sounds like it might be a holiday. Not a holiday, a holy day. Some type of Jewish. Tophet is ordained of old, yea, for the king it is prepared. Maybe it's some kind of large pyre, or it's some kind of feast day, but I have not heard of that until just now. But it kind of sounds like a Jewish something. So yeah, I'll have to put these. I have a lot of questions since I started Isaiah, and I haven't done any description, so I'm just gonna take these words, hopefully now this Shabbat, in the next couple of days, and start looking in Strong's and just writing in the description, like fitches, cumin, barley, corn. I still think it's corn. Look. Wait. No. See, he's the one talking to Lucifer here too. Now he's talking about fiery serpents. Look, here it goes again. We heard in chapter 14 about the fiery serpent. In the year that King Ahaz died was this burden. Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. That's his fruit. So what did we just read about? He's talking about Egypt. He's just keeps talking about it, right? And then verse 6, we just read, the viper and the fiery flying serpent, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. I don't know. I'm just picking out that fiery flying serpent because that's all I can understand right now out of that. And find out what Tophet means. Why is he talking about the Assyrians' Antichrist figurehead?